And we've had to pay you for that pleasure.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just not right, is
like
it?
they're pimps. and we're the bitches.
And we're the hoes. Oh, well, I suppose we should just get the elephant out of the room straight away, shouldn't we?
The elephant out of the room?
Yeah.
I don't see an elephant in the room.
Yeah, what elephant are we talking about? There's no elephants up in here.
Nothing definitely happened on the way to the office. Like nothing. We went for dinner. We had a great dinner. We had a great ride back from dinner. And here we are.
Bit slow though, weren't it?
It was for some of us.
Oh, I know what the elephant in the room is. So who wants to break down what we... I was riding the Onsra Black Carve belt.
Custom DIY board.
Ricky was riding the DIY Monster.
And I, of course, was on their beloved GTR.
What happened? Could you describe to us?
Well, I lagged. Let's say that. I lagged a little bit behind. I would have liked to have been able to keep up, but sometimes life isn't about keeping up with people that are faster than you. Sometimes you just got to go with the flow, accept what you've got, and enjoy it. That's exactly what I did tonight.
I'll tell you what, you were definitely not enjoying it.
I was. Contrary to what these two say, I had a great time.
No, it's a different kind of thing though, isn't it? It's I think, to be honest, it caught me off guard because obviously me and Ricky...
It caught me off guard as well. I was shocked.
You're telling me it caught me off guard as well? I had a whole lot of time behind you
to sit there and think about it.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, they're overtaking me and they're still overtaking me. Okay, I can see them trailing off 5 miles ahead.
I didn't even realize because I was kind of like looking down at my controller and I was like, I'm not even at like 20%. And I'd look back and I'd be like, why is he so far behind? I was like, I know it's wet, but I was like, could you speed up? And you just like, I am.
Well, no, I was going half throttle because I'm a little scared of anything over that. And, sometimes, like I said, it's not all about going super quick.
I think it's fair. He has a point.
He weren't going half throttle.
No, I was going full throttle and, I was slow. But, these two are speed freaks.
No, obviously yours is a different kettle of fish, which is granted. And I've always said that the Onsra has no guts. But once it gets rolling, it does do relatively well. I'm not saying I could keep up with you, but... Like I could, we could coast.
Yeah, we could chill together and ride together.
I ride by myself. That's fine. I've always considered myself a solo rider, so I think it's going to stay that way.
I like how everything has to have like a positive spin at the end.
Yeah,
it's brilliant, isn't it?
It's a forced positive.
Oh wow.
No, I was surprised though. I was surprised.
No, for sure.
I didn't. The difference. All of us had exactly the same setup in terms of like gears and wheels.
Yeah, we were all on 7-inch wheels,
all 66 tooth gear.
Yeah, but the difference in just like coasting speed of the board is unreal.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised with how quickly you could take away from me.
Yeah,
just going at a normal like 15, 16 mile an hour pace. How you two could just blitz it away and just be chilling.
Yeah,
I see you weren't full throttle.
Exactly, and you guys know we love the Evolve boards, so it was just a bit of a shock.
I mean, look at the guy's hoodie, for crying out loud. Everyone that I posted this on Instagram, people were like, "Oh, Ricky's the DIY guy. He's not an Evolve fanboy anymore. Look at him."
Well, when you're
stop. Do you want to grab a hat, like just from over there, like maybe stick on the Evolve hat as well?
No, I'm not going to go that far, mate.
Okay, all right.
But no. It's just it was just surprising because obviously I haven't ridden my Evolve for a while. Well, I haven't got it anymore. So I don't know why you're looking like me that. I brought that Evolve my own money. Like, if I want to sell it, I can.
I have to cut that up.
I didn't realise you sold it.
Yeah, Ricky does not have any Evolve products anymore besides the trucks.
I got the hoodie though.
You didn't pay for the hoodie.
Oh yeah, true. So I haven't ridden an Evolve for a while.
Never have I once owned an Evolve. I just wear their jumpers.
Yeah, fuck. I'm good. Go on.
Yeah, so like we were saying, like we was talking about, I haven't ridden my Evolve for a while. I haven't ridden my Evolve for a while. Sorry.
If you do it again now, I'll be good.
Oh my god.
Just so I can cut it and it flows.
Okay. So. Oh, so you guys know we love Evolve. I'm sitting here in an Evolve top. And it was just surprising to me because I haven't ridden my Evolve for a while now.
Because you ain't got one.
Yeah, because I haven't got an Evolve anymore.
Sorry.
Does the top keep you warm though? That's what.
It was actually not too bad. I mean, if I'm going to be super critical, I would say a little bit more padding would be nice. But in terms of like a hoodie, it's Evolve. What can you say? You pay for what you get. And the customer service and the support team will be great if there are any tears or rips in it. Guaranteed they'll sort it out within a couple of days and send me one straight back out. So it's a happy purchase. I'm happy with it, and it's done me well.
No, it's a good hoodie because I do remember you saying that it wasn't like we were filming in the office today. All day we've been here since the morning, and you were saying that it's not too thick and it's not too thin.
No, it was one of those ones where
in between.
Coming into this office, it's hard to find a decent pair of clothes to wear to keep to the optimal temperature. So my coat was too hot. Being in a t-shirt was too cold, and I just saw the Evolve hoodie hanging up, and I just automatically reached for it, put it on, and I've never felt more comfortable in my whole life. It's the most comfortable hoodie I've ever worn.
Oh my goodness! But go on, more about the boards, man. Pull your finger out of Evolve's.
Oh my god!
Pull your finger out of Evolve's.
You guys
motor.
know I'm just messing about, but
he's not really. He loves that. He loves that hoodie. He's been talking about it all night.
But it's just super surprised in what it was like to cruise back tonight, because none of us have been going particularly fast because
I know
it's been wet. It's been wet. So it was. Just,
I mean, he definitely wasn't going fast, was he?
No, he definitely wasn't going anywhere.
But no, for sure. Like it was. Do you remember this guy with his weather forecast?
I think I said that it was going to just cut across and miss it, and actually, like when we was in town, it was dry there.
You made yourself sound like a meteorologist, and I feel like you just kind of destroyed our hopes. I mean,
I feel like I didn't deliver as much as I would have liked to have delivered with the weather forecast that I gave to you guys. But at the end of the day, I'm not normally too far out with my weather reports, and it's just one of those ones. This time, the weather just keeps coming in and out, and it's raining. You just don't know what's going to happen next at the moment. So,
to be fair, the weather app that you had up with the cloud trajectory was very convincing.
It was convincing.
I'm a little upset the wind obviously changed.
Yeah, I mean, and that's
really
not the app's fault, is it? And it's not my fault. I mean, I can't help what the weather does.
I mean, I will say, like,
I can only give you a good, clear idea on what possibly might be the outcome.
Fair. Yeah. This sounds so like we sound like we're like a weather channel right now. But let me preface this by explaining what happened. So, Andrew rocked up here about 2:15, 2:30.
Nice and early, yeah.
Nice and early. And Ricky and I had no all-terrain boards in the office. We had a booster board, which we were literally going to do rock, paper, scissors to see who would ride, because
nobody wants to ride that.
Nobody wants to ride that. I would rather ride a Meepo mini board than ride the booster board.
Yeah. We had the Z-Lot though, didn't we?
The Zealots. Yeah, we did indeed have the Zealot.
Go on, yeah.
Lot.
Yeah. We had the Zealot.
Okay.
And the only issue with the Zealot is that it's street wheels. Even though they're nice, big, chunky street wheels, if it's moist outside, street wheels are suicide.
Yeah.
So we had to go from the office in Cambridge to your place in a village near Cambridge, then to my place in another village near Cambridge.
Let's just rewind. His place, which I'm surprised we made it to in the first place.
Why are you surprised we made it there?
Bumpy roads,
bumpy roads. Okay, that's
the roads were quite bad, weren't they?
Okay, the roads are bad. Okay, no.
They're not normally that bad.
They're not normally that bad, no?
No.
Okay. I think it's, the driver that was behind the wheel of the vehicle made the roads feel a bit smoother than they could have been. So
basically what it come down to is Andrew turned up at about 2:00, and by the time it hit 5:00, we'd just got our boards.
Yeah, but we had to go to two different villages.
Yeah. We had a round trip. You
had to assemble your board. Like, just first of all, tell us what happened to your DIY board and why we had to make this journey in the first place.
Okay, so I didn't actually bring my board in because it was broken, and the reason why it was broken is I actually come off of it like twice within the space of 10 minutes.
What do we call that in our world?
Bailing.
Fucked up.
I thought we call that a Chris Kabooey.
Oh yeah, the kabooey.
It's when you come off of a board at high speeds twice in less than
the space
minutes.
for 10 minutes. Yeah.
But
yeah, basically that's what happened. Down to my own fault. I was kept upping the power on my board to see how much power I could put through it and see how quick it was. Put way too much power in it. The double kingpin trucks from an unnamed brand.
Oh, God.
No, the double kingpin trucks, they're just not made to have that sort of power go through them, and I didn't even think about that. Floored it, and it just snapped the back axle completely. So, yeah, too much power. Learnt my lesson now. Got a new truck on there, and I've dialed the power back, so I'm not going to have that issue again. But yeah, it was an eye opener.
But I think the first thing that it shows us is we've had this discussion before. Like, we were looking at buying the.
Yeah, we said in the last.
I'm going to get killed for this. Like the French brand of skateboards from Montreal.
The Lacroix.
How do you say it? You said it.
LaCroix.
LaCroix. Really?
No, it's LaCroix. I'm
swear they're called
99% sure it's called LaCroix.
Everyone knows who we're talking about. So, like, they've got the Jaws board, which is the one that has the same power as all of the others, but not the same range.
Yeah.
And obviously, you have the option to go for normal trucks or like their ridiculously savagely expensive trucks.
Yeah.
And we never
I think they're like £700-800 or something. In
I was like,
trucks.
like you pay the money for like, for example, the Zealot.
Yeah.
The Zealot. You could buy a Zealot for the price of
their trucks.
So I'm like, that's dumb. That makes no sense. And then this happens.
But this happened, and then you realise why they cost the money they cost. Yeah. They need to be heavy duty. When like
exactly,
I'm now like power wise on my board. I'm not even half power of what I could put through.
But the board just can't physically take it.
But the trucks, they just can't take that sort of force going through them. That sort of power that's just going straight to the trucks. They're just not stable enough. They're not big enough. They're not beefy enough for that. So I've learned my lesson.
Yeah, it's a learning curve, and now like all of a sudden you start to understand, because comes down to what we talked about, like spec versus reality. You see these things on a website, and you're like, this just seems unnecessarily expensive, and it's like they're trying to milk you for more than they need to. But then when you actually mess with this stuff,
you realise
that there's a reason for everything that they do, and there's a reason why certain boards don't go up to certain speeds, because you have to compensate, and the parts have to be able to handle
that sort of power.
Yeah, so it makes sense. And you didn't really describe how you came off, which is kind of upsetting, but it's okay. I can live with that.
How do you mean?
You know, like the all fours sliding across the
road. Yeah, cut both. Luckily though, I was wearing a helmet. I was wearing gloves.
Yeah, everyone's seeing that you wear a helmet now.
I know, and they're happy about it.
They're extremely. Do you know what?
Helmet looks great, mate.
Do you know what the best? The best bit is for me. The best bit is for me is that people saw you climbing out of my car earlier on today. So they know, like they're aware.
Yeah. They're aware that I'm aching. My legs are aching. You know, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. And, you know, like I used to be. And the next day after coming off, my legs, they are killing me. But I did like road rash my legs up, cut one of my other knees open. But it was just a case of too much power, floored it. The trucks just could not handle that amount of torque that I put through them.
Superman.
Just wobbled like that, like mad, and just threw me off. And then I dialed the power back down, so I thought, oh my God, like just come off, like literally landed on all fours and was just sliding. Looked back at my board, it was upside down, just sliding across on top, and I was just like, oh my God. Like all my grip tapes come off, like it's all scratched up, broke my battery cover, broke my bloody truck, didn't I? Like just like made a mess of it, really. Like come off, I must have been doing, I don't know, over 25 easily.
Yeah. But the crazy thing is as well is where you snap the truck. It's in a place I've never seen before.
Yeah,
it's like on that where the truck sits in the
inside to the pivot cub, that like little nipple bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what they call that in you know skateboard terms, but that part of it there, like where it just literally like so much torque, it had just pulled me, and just because of so much power all at once, the double kingpin trucks just wobbled, I think, and it just was so much force either side, just snapped it clean off. And the second time again, come off, all fours, just slide in, look behind me, my board's flipped over. This time my truck's just twisted round, and I'm like, oh no, this is not good.
You know what though, I think it's a good thing that you're willing to push to that limit, because it means that the board that you have and that you're happy with and satisfied with will always like be really good and really tick the boxes for what you want to ride it for.
Yeah, it's safe. Do you know what I mean? Like, and at least I can now know the limit, and you know, I'm glad that I just literally tested it out on a nice smooth bit of tarmac on a straight, just to see what it could do. I'm glad I didn't leave it like that. Then go out riding, say with you guys through London or something, floor it and come off in London town or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, that would be bad though, wouldn't it?
It was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what happened to you. And it's not a nice experience, is it?
No,
so
it wasn't.
I'm glad that like it didn't happen that way.
No, for sure. I mean, you're like 2 minutes away from your house.
Yeah, I literally drove to the area where I was testing my board because it's just a really nice straight strip of tarmac. So I drove there, got my board out, literally went straight out, first run, boom, just chucked me off. I was like, oh my God. Like, I was like, shit, like, I need to dial the power back on this. That's way too much for this, the trucks and that can handle. Literally dialed it back down. I thought, I won't take it to what I had before. I'll sort of go in between so I could sort of like see what it was like there. Second time,
Still
I think...
too much.
Yeah, I think the first time it must have like just weakened the truck a bit. And then the second time, boom, yeah, it was just gone. And like I showed you guys earlier, didn't I, when I took my truck off, the bushing, how it compressed that bushing.
Yeah.
Like that was... It had gone like a pancake, hadn't it? It literally must have been so much force there. It squashed that bushing. There were brand new bushings in. Like I'd not even rid them yet.
But
no, had one go on it.
This comes down to what also you were saying earlier on, where like maybe one of the wheels was outputting more grunt than the other.
Potentially, yeah. Because I mean, from a physics perspective, I mean, I'm not a physics expert, but because a truck that I've had has never snapped this way, I don't understand necessarily how like the pivot cup side of the actual truck could shear in half like that. Because normally with skateboarding in general, normally it's the kingpins or like the axles that are the first things to snap, not like the pivot cup. But which makes me think, 'cause if it's cranking that hard, it's like it's responsible for this kind of lateral movement. So if you've got more power on one that's like really shifting it aggressively, it's enough just like to shear that joint, then I think that could be the case, but I don't know. I'm just thinking through like ways that could happen. But I mean, surely in your app there's a way of checking the power distribution between the two motors.
There is, You go through and you have to program each side of the Vesc, which is for each motor, and you have to put all the same settings in. Maybe I could have, like, when I done it, put a wrong setting in somewhere or something like that, because I was programming on a phone that screen's basically half.
Yeah, the phone that you broke when you
because
came
I broke
off.
it last time I came off.
Yeah, but this is the thing that for me that's just way too much control. Like I need presets. I need to like select mode 1, mode 2.
Yeah, there's no
3.
presets on that.
You have to build and customize.
You have to go
everything.
through and you have to know the calculations and everything for the battery capacity, the motor output, your batteries. You need to know the cells,
that's
how much
when
amps they can pull out.
That's when I tap out and I'm like, yep, I'm out.
Yeah, you have to make sure, and you have to make sure you put everything in correctly and stuff like that. And maybe I just missed a setting. I put something in wrong, and maybe there was more power going to one side than the other. Maybe I've done something wrong. I don't know. But either way, whatever I've done, it's weird that I've programmed it every single time fine. As soon as I go and put all that power on it, boom, straight off. So I don't really understand what that is.
But it teaches you to respect the board, right?
It does, yeah. I mean, even like out tonight, like if people were riding like Evolve boards and the Onsra and stuff and they think they're quick, like I could leave you two in the wind like that.
Yeah.
Like,
trust me, I know. I've seen
yeah, do you know what I'm saying? So like,
I've ridden your board on like soddle settings, and I was just like, too much.
Yeah, but until tonight when we was out as well, like
you don't see it. There's no representation.
You can't physically see how fast they are. Like, you were obviously leaving Andrew, but then I was up to you, and then I was just like, I could just go whoom, and see you later, mate.
I mean, I'd floor it, and you'd be like, "Are you full throttle?" And I'd be like, "Yeah," and then you just go whoom, like
and I wouldn't even,
ahead.
I'm not even full throttling it, just half throttle. See you later, I'm gone.
Yeah, it was like I was kick pushing, and you were like in GTR mode on an Evolve.
Exactly, it's it's a completely different type of power. Like, so yeah, it's taught me to now respect that, and just brought me back down to earth a little bit, and was like, you need to like realize how much power you're actually dealing with now.
You really do have like a hybrid though, where it's going to be a careful balance between power and maneuverability. So I can see when you did throttle it, the double kingpins it's like that, you get that shake.
Yeah,
I can see that. You might be used to it by now, but you can see it behind you. It's like throttle, shake, throttle, shake.
Yeah.
So finding that balance between having a board which can handle that power and still have that maneuverability that you really want, it's going to be quite hard, I reckon. It's going to take some time and fine-tuning to find
out. You got to remember, though, my back bushing's knackered. It's flat.
What bushings do you have?
Just some standard black bushings. I don't even know who they're made by.
Maybe try some harder ones.
Yeah, but literally that back one's crushed. Yeah, both of them crushed. So
the bushes they're the only ones. House as well. They're not here.
Exactly, they're the only ones I had to just chuck them ones back on. So, but before I weren't getting any shake. It was just dead stable. So I can only account that for the bushing. I think
you'd switch through bushings way quicker than before. Like, you could probably get away with using a pair of bushings for over a year, but like now you'd probably be like, 3 months.
Yeah, that's why I put really hard ones in, because I can either tighten them up a little bit tighter, but I only literally have got a couple of threads showing on the top. So I wanted to put some harder ones in there just because obviously I don't need really soft ones. I want it to be more stable at higher speeds.
Yeah, no, that makes. You might need to look at those savagely expensive trucks. Unfortunately,
I don't think I will. I just think I just need to keep the power limit at where I've got it.
It's safe.
How do you feel riding your board now after the accident?
Yeah, obviously, like you guys know, when we was going down there, but it was wet on the floor, so and I know what power that's got. If I was to floor that in the wet, that's it. The back end's gone. Like, no, there's no way that's.
Yeah, the way there, you had lights. I was riding a board blind.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, sorry to you guys, you're being way too delicate. I was ahead. But then on the way back, I was just like, oh, there he goes.
Yeah. It did worry me on the way there. I was like, so I was just easing gently, just feeling to see if, how if it felt okay and, there was no issues or anything like that. Plus, it was wet, so I didn't want to, end up flooring it and the back end just coming out of me. But on the way back, roads were dry. So I was just like giving it a little bit more. And it seems like it's fine now. Good. So, yeah, it's just it's one of those ones, isn't it? You come off, you just got to get back on and crack on with it. If not, you're just going to be scared of your board.
Exactly, yeah.
No, even if you, so as well, because obviously both of you are nursing injuries. I'm nursing an injury right now, but it's from, squatting like a crackhead. So that's my fault.
Yeah.
But you guys are nursing injuries. You've obviously explained.
I come off, yeah.
What about you, dude? What have you done to yourself,
The past month, 5 weeks, has been a shocker for me. I feel like I go through periods of having no injuries and being fine, and then it all just stacks up out of nowhere. But when was it? I think it's 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, I tore my ACJ, my shoulder here. So it's only about a week ago that was good enough for me to feel confident enough to get back on the board. And this is like normal skateboarding. And then literally my second session back on my normal skateboard, I sprained my ankle pretty badly. So then I was just thinking, crap, well, that's going to be me out for another 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So it's been a bit of a shocker, but to be honest, it's okay. I'm feeling like I can ride and it's healing. I feel confident on the board.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things, I think that's quite a good thing to talk about, actually, is bailing and, falling off. And I think that's something that a lot of people fear with electric skateboarding, especially as it's like a new...
It's part of it.
Yeah.
It's part of it.
Like you don't expect to get an electric skateboard and not come off.
No, it's not even that. It's don't expect to become like an avid rider if you're scared of coming off. You're going to come off, you're going to hurt yourself, get back on, learn what you did wrong, and then keep going.
Yeah.
If you guys have seen on Instagram, my palms are fine now, but I took like a nice chunk of skin out my palm, out my knee. My elbow is still a different complexion to the rest of my body, but it's just part of it. Get up and keep going.
Yeah, I think it only becomes a problem though if you're bailing all the time and hurting yourself. You're probably pushing too hard. Just scale back. But as long as you're confident on the board and you can have fun on it, you'll be naturally kind of pushing yourself. And I feel like you need to find that balance between having fun and not bailing too much.
Because my one, I was just my own stupidity, really. I didn't need to even put more power to my board. I just didn't need to do it.
Why wouldn't you? You've got access to it. And
exactly.
It's your baby. So I'm just going to try and
I thought I'd try it, see what it can do. And, it bit me in the arse. But it's just one of those things. And,
trust me, mate,
you got to get back on it, haven't you?
I know what that's like. Oh, there's cars that have stopped still in front of us. I'm just going to hop the curb and floor it in an area of London that I don't know. Oh, is that a drop-down curb? Oh, am I Supermaning through the air? Oh, is half my phone inside the palm of my hand?
Oh, yeah.
Oops.
God.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
It's not great.
But it happens. I didn't stop. I remember that weekend. That happened maybe, say, Tuesday or Thursday. Sunday, I was on my skateboard with my kids in a park doing 180s.
Yeah.
And literally looking at myself and my palm and my knee going, if I need to fall and brace, I'm fucked. Yeah. There's nothing I can put down that's not going to cause me excruciating pain. Yet... I was still doing 180s because I was like, why not?
Yeah.
And the ironic thing is, you very rarely bail and hurt yourself when you're actually engaged, trying to learn something new.
Yeah.
It tends to always be when you kind of get complacent and
Cocky.
don't expect it. Yeah, cocky. Kind of, like you say, the drop down curve, like you know, fuck, I'm just going to ride off that.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know where I'm going.
Sod
it.
Yeah.
You just gotta be sidewalk.
You got to be attentive. And that's like why I love riding street as well, because I know it's actually safe for long term. Seems kind of backwards, but it keeps you so on it like the whole time.
Yeah, I understand the theory behind it, but I'm just not willing to put the practical work in. No, I'm good.
Oh yeah, I get it. Like obviously with street, you're not going as fast, and not only that as well, but you have to be aware of every little thing on the road and what's in front of you. Turning a corner, even just turning a corner, you've got to be very mindful of like how fast or how sharp you turn the corner, because you can just slide. With AT, I mean, you don't really have to worry about too much unless it's like torrential rain or it's ridiculously wet on the floor. Then you do have to worry a little bit, because obviously you don't want to slip by turning a corner too fast. But in general, if it's nice weather and you're out and about,
zero monkeys given.
Yeah, you don't really have to care, do you?
But let me ask this question. So, like for example, the Z-Lot, the Blackfire Zealot,
the Blackfire Zealot,
the Backfire. Can you change your name to Blackfire, please? Blackfire. That sounds powerful. No racial puns intended. But what I mean is, do you genuinely feel like, for me personally, I'm going to ask the question as I ask it.
Yeah.
If anyone makes a board in 2020 that does more than 25 miles an hour, that is not a hybrid between street and AT, I sit there and I scratch my head and go, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't think, like, if you're going to make a skateboard, it should be a hybrid now. I don't feel like there's enough scope out there for just making a street board now.
Here's the thing though, this goes back to when we first got booster boards and we got the X-Way X1 and we were like ripping through Cambridge on street, 85 mil.
Yeah, no care in the world, loving life.
Yeah, but now I'm just like, are you like we were gonna do rock paper scissors over the booster board.
I wouldn't even go. I wouldn't want to go out on 85 mils now.
I'd rather Uber.
Yeah.
You know what though? I think if you went out on it and just accepted it for what it is, like, I think everyone's the same. So you like live in permanent like comparisons of what you have, what you like, and then you're always just like, well, that's shit. I don't want to ride that. But if you actually just get on it and just be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna enjoy it for what it is. You can I find personally anyway, you can generally like end up having a really good time.
I think you can sometimes.
Possibly, but what about today? Like with the weather the way it's been, like you're even smiling. You see what I mean? Like where would you have got with 85 mil street wheels? Today?
No, I would have still had fun. There's some dry areas of the road, but you know, 80, it's just a different feel. It's like feels like a different animal. That I think that's why I like it as well, because you've got the hybrid, you've got the ATs, you've got the streets. It's just like you have literally got two different boards in one.
Yeah.
So one just is like a total refresh, and you're like, this is what feels more like a grounded skateboard again. Yeah. Then you go back to the ATs, and it feels like some cloud that you're just riding on. That's like super grippy cloud.
Yeah. Even today for me, like the road that we, the strip of roads. Just back there, we all know
the green lights.
Yeah. The green light strip of road. Like riding up and down that road today, because we've been testing. Like we've been on the Walgo, we've been on the Meepo, now we've been on the Z-Lot, Zealot, whatever the hell you want to call it, Rick. All of them are on street wheels. So I've adjusted to being on street wheels while I've been ripping around, and then like I'd be looking over thinking, oh, what hole, and I'd like brace, and I'd be like, oh wait, I'm on 7-inch, and just glide over and be like, I didn't even feel that. Like it's I know what you mean by it. It is humbling because you are naturally more attentive on the surfaces of the road, which leads you to make less mistakes. So like for example, if you have a rider that's only ever ridden AT, they would probably be more likely to come off than someone that's been on street and then moved over to AT for sure. But at the same time, like I don't want to have to think about what I'm riding over anymore. Like I just want to ride and just enjoy being on the board. And that's where like anyone that offers a board that's only street in this day and age is kind of like what are you doing? It's like
I think a lot of the street boards though are based at like entry level prices, aren't they?
Yeah,
and I think when you start getting like the £1,000 mark over, that's when you start getting the hybrids. So maybe it just comes down to costs.
But how do you feel about the sliding and things now? I mean, for example, if you were to get back on street, getting really familiar with drifting, improving your drift work, improving your slides, something that you'd genuinely prefer going towards over AT as like a day out, as in switching for a couple of days, or would you still rather just like sack that off and just stick with AT because you like that?
I think for me, if I'm going to like for example, if we're coming to Hackney Wick and we're going to go for we're going to meet up with you and go sliding, I'm going to ride AT through London, get to Hackney and then switch out to street, slide all day and then switch back to AT and then ride back to the station. No chance in hell am I going through London on street. Like, nah, I'm not, because I'm like AirPods, or like quick message, quick Instagram story. Like, I can't do that on street. That's suicide on street. You've got to be like a freaking housefly. Like, fucking, what's that? What's this? What's that?
Makes you better though.
It does.
Makes you so much better very quickly.
I don't know if I'm willing to sacrifice the enjoyment of like the carefree, haphazardous riding through a city to, slowly and incrementally get better. Like, for me, I'm like, no, like, I mean, half the time, no, I'm not going to say it. Like, half the time I'm coming through London, I've had a couple of orange juices. So,
yeah, the sugar rush, right?
Yeah, exactly. The sugar rush kind of like impairs your vision and your judgment slightly. Like when you're at traffic lights coming down a hill, like, you make decisions that you might not normally make. And that means that I don't want to have to live with that. I'd rather have the freedom to know that if I overjudge or get a bit handsy on a corner or a decision, the AT give you so much room to maneuver and like kind of adjust. Whereas street, I mean, you hit the corner of a curb and that's you.
Yeah.
I mean, AT will at least give you the chance of like, it might slow down, but you'll probably get over it.
You might recover it. Yeah.
But street, it's just like, yep, you are sucking curb. And I just don't want to do that anymore because it hurts.
Yeah, I'm the same with you. Like, I'll chuck my street wheels in my bag and then I'll ride from the train station to like Hackney Wick. Then I'll swap over to street, do some sliding, AT's back on for when I'm going across country again, basically.
Across country. It is.
Yeah. I'm not. It's just not being able to just carve about here, there, and everywhere, and just have. For me, I just have fun on the ATs.
Yeah.
Like going through the street in the town and stuff like that. I have a lot of fun on ATs. Whereas street, I wouldn't have fun. There'd be so much vibration up my legs. I'll be getting a dead leg after so long. And you've just got to be a little bit more aware of what your surroundings are. But with AT, it's just so comfortable. You can just really have fun, I think, on them. Street has definitely got a place in there in my heart. Where like
that got deep. Jeez.
No, but you know what I mean. Like after like learning and messing about sliding with you on street now, I'm just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd have never. If we had met you, I'd have never touched street again. Yeah. Like every board that we touched.
That's what it's all about. Yeah. Like if I'm going out, or if I say I met up with a group of lads and everybody's got street on their boards, there's no point in me having AT. I may as well stick my street on. If they're only going slow, I'll go slow as well, and I can be messing about, sliding the back end out, just having fun, chilling, cruising. But if I'm trying to get from A to B as quickly as possible, and I just want to have fun doing it, ATs is going to be all the way for me. It's just got to be done.
Have you guys ridden off-road yet on your ATs?
Yeah, I've been off-road on ATs.
Like off-road trails?
Yeah, off-road trails, yeah.
What, was that on your Carbon? Or
no, yeah, that was on the Carbon when I had the Carbon. Yeah.
Okay. Be interesting to see how it is with your new board.
Yeah, I've been on the grass with that.
Yeah?
Yeah, and just like spin.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wheel spins.
Need to get those knobbly tyres on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think
maybe spikes, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like those big
the knobblies.
Yeah, get the knobblies on it.
the knobblies. Oh yeah, like quick FYI, like you guys keep going. I'm just saying, like if anyone's like going to criticize me for looking down, I'm like Instagram storying while we're doing the podcast. So I'm not being rude. I'm not like texting or something. I'm just...
He's just bored. Right. That's all it is.
That's all right. Me and Andrew are talking anyway. You chill.
Okay.
Maybe you could take your board to like sand dunes and stick those paddle. Like on motocross or quad bikes, they put those like paddles.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Try that.
Could do, but it might just
new dimension.
Yeah, taking it to a next level.
Yeah.
Well, that conversation went on for long, didn't it? You guys need.
I'm drinking.
All right, I'll step back.
But yeah, no, definitely. There's a like I showed you. There's a pump track near where I live. And I want to take my board on there and go over that because they look really cool. But yeah, I'd like to do some off-roading, but I reckon when the summertime comes around, I reckon I'm going to build one of those like tramper type style boards.
Okay.
Not Before you look at me like that.
Oh, I was going to jump in there. Right,
It's not going to be one of the ones with like the battery in the middle, but you can get
fine.
You can get the shape. It's called like a carver deck or something like that, which is not like as big as the tramper decks. It's smaller, but it's the same sort of like arched shape.
Right.
And they have like more beefier trucks as well. So I might build one of those with like and do that one as a 4-wheel drive. That one because they've got the solid trucks on them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think like in terms of like I might build one of them for the summertime, but I don't know yet. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. I guess how you get on with your board as it is now. Just refine that.
Yeah, I mean like it runs perfectly fine. It was just my own stupidity really, just trying to see what it could do. Just too much power for what them trucks can handle, and I ended up coming off twice from doing that. But I've learnt my lesson now. I've dialed the power back. I actually went and programmed it on the tool on the actual Mac this time, rather than my phone. So I made sure I went through and put everything in that was correct. Because I even thought myself when I done it, I was like, well, that was weird. But I made sure I checked and put everything in, and this is the first time I've obviously been back on it again. So and it just seemed to be fine. So yeah, I've not really got any issues.
I mean, today was the first time I still on your board. I was really like, I still can't believe how well you seem to have, got it like the first time. Like the deck just feels so good, especially for like a tall rider. I mean, I'm 6'2", and most boards I get on.
Okay, don't brag. Jeez, I'm 6'2". Right, all right, I'm 5'5", and
some people are just really short. But so
I'm not. I don't even know if I'm 5'5". I think I'm like what? How tall are you?
5'2". I imagined you had.
Oh my god! I've never had a short. I've never had a short man complex until now. I'm like, wow.
I jest. He's.
I didn't even know I was small.
5'5", like he claims.
It's gonna go 5'7", 5'8", but okay.
Round up 5'7". I can't remember what I was saying. Yeah, the deck. I mean, something like a tall rider. What I've always struggled with a lot of boards is that as soon as I get on them, I end up moving my feet right towards the trucks / over the trucks, maybe even further than what the deck shape is supposed to allow you to do, just to make sure I'm stable on it. But with your deck, Ricky, how many inches is it? How long is it?
It's 42 inches.
How big is it? How big is it, babes?
It's 42, so the Evolves are like 39 inches. So yeah, it's like 3 inches bigger than the Evolve.
And what we said all above it.
But yeah, it's got it. But the reason why obviously like I chose like a bit of a longer deck as well is obviously power. You want the stability at higher speeds. The longer your deck is, the more stability you've got when you're going fast.
Yeah,
exactly.
You want that stability. You want that stability. When you're going through the wet terrain and stuff like that, you want to make sure that you can just keep at it at a good pace, and you don't burn out too quickly. So that was my logic. That was my logic behind the big deck.
Sound logic, bro. Sound logic. Oh mate, every inch matters, bro.
But like I said previously, like I was really worried when I chose the deck because you don't know what you're getting yourself into, do you?
Right, you got to be careful where you put it.
You definitely have, mate. I mean, there's no telling what sort of damage it could have caused. If it had come in at the wrong size, or it just didn't fit very nicely.
Yeah, no. The last thing you want is putting it somewhere where you don't want to put it, and ending up with something you don't want.
Exactly. And if it's too big, then it's not going to be very nice, is it?
No, it's just unpleasant for everyone involved.
Exactly. So yeah, that was.
So for me, it was the right fit.
Oh
well, I'm glad that my deck fitted you nicely.
They're playing with this now. I can't even take it.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're talking about skateboards.
Yeah. Dear God, okay. Like flexi stiff. I'm here. I'm with you.
But yeah, I was impressed. Like I like the foot placement, feels nice, and obviously you need to have a go on it on street. Really, we need to go to a nice smooth area, put the street wheels on. And then we can go down like a nice like smooth back alley or something like that, and you can ride my deck all day.
Oh my God.
Oh mate, what is up with you today?
It was like improv, Rick, man. You get a high five for that. Find a nice back alley and you can ride my deck for as long as you want. So sorry guys, I'm back.
Are you back in the building?
I'm back in the building.
Yeah.
Oh, my eyes were watering. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, it's just one of those, isn't it?
Oh, dear God.
The gods test us from time to time.
They do. No, but for sure. I think as far as building a DIY board goes, you've gotten away with a lot. Like you've pretty much hit the nail on the head with the first one that you've done.
Yeah, I think it's turned out pretty good. I've done a good job, I think, of the first time.
Legit, like you can pat yourself on the back because legit you have. It's an absolute monster, and I really want to make a video about it.
Yeah, we do need to make a video. We need to get Big Andrew on the sliding.
Yep.
And then we need to get you on the AT, don't we?
Yeah. Like I'd love to carve like a Kraken on that board, even though I think it'd break me. But
we need to go down like London at some point, don't we? Find the.
Jeez, I know. I'm gonna pad up like I'm riding a motorbike.
Yeah, definitely would pad up.
Yeah, last time I went to London, I left with like pieces of me left on the road.
Yeah.
So I'd like to leave in one solid piece this time.
Man, the thing with like drifting and sliding is that when you do bail, you always tend to land on the same spot.
Yeah.
It's not like a dynamic way of falling where you can fall kind of anywhere.
Yeah.
You always bail doing the same like turn or drift that you kind of struggle with, pushing it too far, and you just hammer the same spot. I remember back in last summer when I was struggling to kind of figure out how to maintain grip with my front wheels as I was doing a really hard heel side drift. And the front end kept slipping, and there's only so many slams you can take on like the same part of your body before you just like fuck this. Literally just need to sit down now. It's like 1, 2, 3, like I'm out, just like straight onto my hip bone.
Yeah.
First time was like, okay, that hurt, I can keep going. Second time was like, why is that happening again? And third time, just like, I'm done with that for a while, for a long while now. But yeah, no, you just got to keep it dynamic. Try and learn new things. Try not to fall in the same spot. It hurts.
Tuck and roll.
Yeah.
Tuck and roll every time.
It can't always be helped. But from there, like something that I really, really wanted to touch on is going to be like this whole like budget boards thing. Like just based off of what we've looked at, based off of what you've seen, just very briefly. Like, do you feel like the boards that we are looking at right now have an actual place in the market?
What, like the backfire?
Yeah, like the backfire, the Meepos, the Wowgos. Like, do you feel like they actually hold a sound place in the market?
For sure. I mean, there's always. I mean, I always go back to this, but I got kind of lucky because I decided to stretch my budget when I first bought a board. I went for the Evolve with double kingpin trucks, but didn't know what kind of like joy that would give me in terms of like doing that. And I was looking at like the £200, £300, £400 marks. I didn't really want to spend too much on the board, and because I didn't know so much about electric skateboarding at the time, like 2.5, 3 years ago, I just didn't want to fork out loads of cash.
Yeah.
I would have quite happily probably put up with something that was kind of like shitty and just kind of just like dealt with it. And just to kind of like as like an entry level.
Exactly.
And from what I'm getting at now, having got a like bit more of a feel for them, they're not shitty. Like they're like pretty robust boards. Like they feel good. They feel weighty. They look good. They look the part. You stand on them. Like you've got good enough torque. They turn well, like they do the job. So they tick the boxes for like an entry level rider. So I feel like it's definitely a place for them. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a place for them. I think like when you start like getting to that sort of like close to that £1,000 mark though, that's when you've got to like weigh your options up, haven't you? And be like, do you spend that little bit extra and go for something else? Or because I mean, from what it's hard to judge though. From what we've ridden, the sort of 5.
You're being diplomatic. It's fine.
I'm not being diplomatic. I'm just saying from what we've ridden, I just feel like yes, obviously them £500 mark boards 100% have got a place.
But then what about when you see all-terrain boards out there? Not mentioning any brands, where they're like at the £1,500, £1,600 mark, or £1,600 dollar mark.
Yeah.
So like where do you think those fall? Because for me, if like it doesn't matter what anyone says out there, like people that don't like Evolve, like I really don't care, because like if you go back a few years ago, booster boards were the benchmark.
Yeah. In
this day and age, Evolve is the benchmark. Doesn't matter if you like it or you don't, they are the benchmark. So deal with it. So when you look at the $1,600 mark, and it's a skateboard that in terms of its performance falls short of an Evolve at $1,600, where the hell does that have a place?
Yeah, I don't think it does it?
It's not logical. It's like buying a Porsche Boxster for 40 grand when a 911 or like a Carrera would cost you like, say, an
50
extra
grand.
Yeah,
an extra 10 grand or something.
There's no
even
logic behind it. If it's significantly cheaper, like an iPhone SE versus like the next upgrade iPhone, yeah, of course you're going to get the cheaper one because it's still an iPhone.
Well, no, people don't, do they? That's why they put them price points as they do. They upsell you because you in your mind you're going for the mid-range phone, but then you look at it and you're like, oh, but that's only like £100 extra, and you're like, oh, I'll just get the better one.
Yeah, but this is why there's so many Porsche Boxsters out there that are debadged. Like we can still see it's a Porsche Boxster. Like, do you see what I'm saying? It's clearly not a 911. But
oh no, I know, but a Porsche Boxster compared to a 911, there's a big price difference there.
I don't know.
There is a Porsche Boxster. What's that like? 40.
I'd rather go
40. 911. You're looking 70, 80.
Going off topic. I'd rather buy an older 911 than a newer Boxster. Like that's how I would do it. I'd go just get a few years younger, get a 911 because you're still getting the torque, you're still getting the like brake horsepower.
Yeah, but we're going off track a bit, I think, with the cars, aren't we?
Yeah. Just saying, it's the most relatable thing that I get.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I feel like we're going a bit off track.
I talk about graphics cards, but I kind of like fell out of focus with those in 2004.
I still watch a few graphics card videos.
Yeah, I know you know all about that shit. Now
taking it back to skateboarding, I think we talk about this a lot before, but there's like a difference between spec and reality. New people that are new to the electric skating scene, you don't have any feel for the board. You don't understand how they like respond in real world situations.
Exactly. Yeah.
All you're looking at is googling like different boards, and you see specs and just more specs, and they all look pretty similar.
And the bad thing about it is as well, a majority of other people on YouTube reviewing skateboards. I was
just about to say that.
This board's amazing. It's the best board. Oh, this feels amazing. This ride's so great.
No names. No, I'm
not going to say any names, but I mean, just come on, people. Like, be real.
If you make a review without a single actual valid critique about a board, like it's
regardless of what skateboard you reviewing,
everything has negatives. But when someone's just like reeling off like this is amazing. Oh, PS affiliate link code in the you're like piss off, mate.
Yeah, like it's blatantly like
I don't know who buys into that.
A lot of people.
Like, all you got to do is look at the comment sections, and you've got people, amazing review, blah blah blah, all in the comment section.
What about the negatives? What does it suck at? What do I need to look out for?
It's just, I just think like every board can't be amazing. You know what I mean? Like if you're reviewing boards, not every board you review or every board you ride's the best thing since sliced bread. And that's essentially like from watching a lot of other reviewers, what they're like and what they do. And it's just like, that's going to get you sent free boards, but like eventually at some point you're just going to lose your credibility because once it gets more popular, people will understand what brands are good, what brands aren't good, and then they're going to look at back at it and think, well, they used to say it was really good and all the rest of it.
So they're full of crap.
And then just thinking, well, they must be full of crap then because it's not.
Because even at the same time, like we do love to suck on the teat of Evolve, but then Evolve buy us BMWs and Bentleys, so we've
got to, haven't we?
We kind of have to, like, and especially that hoodie that you're wearing, Rick.
Exactly. I mean, without saying nice things, I'd have never got this hoodie.
Could you tell us about that fabric? Like, what does that feel like on your skin?
How does it make you feel?
I feel like a princess.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, I was gonna say,
what more could you want?
Yeah, if I was gonna say like it had that kind of couture factor, but that's just me coming in way out left field, but. Even us. Like,
after wearing this, I've had so many chicks hit on me. It's unreal. Literally.
Have you looked out that door, mate? There's literally chicks out there. There's a queue.
Yeah, I can see them. Don't you worry.
It looks like that World War Z type stuff. But,
like a load of zombies.
But no, like on a serious one, like we do praise Evolve a lot, and it's because it's the first electric skateboard company that we've had such good feedback from, and such good, like as in like feedback from the actual board and like our experiences with it, etc., etc. But at the same time, we still criticize them.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we're not saying they're the best board in the whole wide world.
No, I think value for money wise, off the shelf wise, 100%.
Exactly, yeah.
No one can mess with them. Like, what do I hate about Evolve? I want more speed. I want more power. I want more torque.
I don't want it to chuck me in ego. I don't want it to put me down into pro mode.
I don't want any overheating. Your remotes need to be more robust.
Beefier.
Like, we rag on them all the time. If they do something great, guess what? We're going to hold their hands up and say, you guys rock. If they do something bad, we're going to let you guys know about it.
Yeah.
But we will let you guys know about it. And that's the difference between people ranting and raving about a skateboard, claiming it has no negatives because there's an affiliate link in the video description. And that kind of kills the purpose. Everyone that's been watching with us, like, our videos for a long time, knows that we only recently signed up to Evolve's affiliate program. Like, our videos hit 60,000, 100,000 views.
Yeah, we've done God knows how many videos before we even got a chance to get an affiliate code, didn't we?
God knows how many boards we sold for them. I have no idea. That's not what we were doing. We were just trying to give information.
Exactly. They were the boards we had. They were probably one of the most popular boards on the market that you could buy. The reason we got the Evolves is purely because I've always liked the look of the Evolve boards.
I hated them.
And you hated them, didn't you? And then we was going to buy some boards. They'd just released the GTR, and I was like, yes, I'm going to get the GTR. And then you was like, well, I've got a boosted already. I don't want to get another one. I'm going to go for the carbon, for the bamboo. And you didn't even like the board to start off with, did you? You hated it to start off with.
Double kingpin trucks, I was like, these things suck.
Didn't like them.
And now I'm just like, why would you want anything but double kingpin trucks?
Yeah. So it's, people may say we're Evolve fanboys, and
it's not that. I think people have missed the journey. Like, if you watch one video and you take that one video out of context, you'll get that impression.
Yeah.
If you've been following the story of what we've done, because all we do is give you information based on our experience. If we've not experienced something, we can't give you that information about it until we've experienced it. It's as simple as that. But like, it's really, really dark, but I think it leads really nicely onto the subject of Eskate brands, social media marketing, making videos as you guys are watching right now, and what that's worth.
I think like in electric skateboard terms, I mean, I don't know if other reviewers are charging for board reviews, if they're getting paid to do board reviews. I know we certainly don't. But I do think that it's cheeky when skateboard manufacturers hit you up and they're like, oh, I've got a board, would like to send it out for you to do a review and an unboxing. And you're like, okay, that's cool. What board is it? So you look at the board. Oh, the board's worth like £400-500. And you're like, so you mean you want me to take like a day and a half out of my time to review that board, edit it, then you want me to do another video of an unboxing and edit that as well. So you're looking at like 3 days total work.
Excluding the actual riding and testing time.
No, I'm including. So, like, say you went out for a whole day. Obviously, you'd ride the board out and about as well. But we went on a whole day where we rode the board, filmed, and then gave feedback.
Yeah.
So 3 days in total, sort of work, maybe even a little bit longer, depending on what board it is and what components they have. If it's a 2-in-1, you've got to do twice as much work because it's two boards essentially in one, the AT and the street. You want to do all of that work for the price of a bloody skateboard, like. I can't walk into the bank and go, oh, here, I'd like to cash your skateboard in, please. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you can't.
Like it's cheeky. I'm not coming up to you and saying, can I have a skateboard? And you're like, yeah, you've got to pay for it though. Why? Just give it to me.
Yeah, you can't go to Barclays.
What you mean? So I've built all this skateboard company up, and you just want me to give you the board? Well, yeah, because that's essentially what they're asking us to do. They're obviously saying, here's the board, advertise for me for free, and you can keep the board.
Yeah, I think what they don't understand is like,
how many boards has reviewers sold for these companies is unreal. These companies wouldn't even exist if YouTube weren't about and people didn't review these boards.
I think that's.
I don't even think
you look at people don't think about it from that perspective.
Would they?
I mean, where does every single let's look at like Evolve, let's look at Boosted, let's look at like Yao boards, like those guys with that scooter board thing, like Meepo, everyone. Where do they advertise their boards? It's YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Exactly.
Social media marketing, like that's all they're doing. They're not posting leaflets through doors. They're not hitting up BBC saying, hey, can we get this time slot for advertising? It's all done through social media marketing. And what they're using is what they refer to as their influencers or reviewers to create content. The frustrating thing is, like, this is frustrating you at this level, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have no idea how much this pisses me off because I've dealt with this from the hockey tutorial side of things.
Yeah.
But that was years ago where, like, what happened was all of the key creators in ice hockey got together and said, like, it was kind of like a very awkward conversation. It was like, hey, are you charging people for these videos? And people were like, yeah, kind of, yeah. Why are you asking? How much are you charging? And that's kind of like the question, like, you're like, hey, like, what? That's like me saying, hey, you guy watching my video, how much is in your bank account right now? Like, it's a very personal question. How much do you earn per year? When was the last time you had sex with your girlfriend? Like, they're very fucking direct questions. You're like, piss off, am I going to answer that? But you kind of have to have the conversation. How much information you want to share is up to you. But what's not going to happen is all of these companies are not going to sit back and go, oh, crap, all of these guys want us to pay for videos now. We're not making any more videos. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to go, crap, this sucks, but
we've got to pay.
We have to pay him. But that's not going to happen if everyone doesn't have the conversation.
Exactly. And it's not as if like we're sitting here saying, we want 10 grand to film this video.
No, it just, it has to be realistic. Like,
but it has to be a realistic amount where it covers your wages, like that you do for a normal job at minimum, Yeah,
like I don't think it's right for, and I'm going to say this bluntly, and this isn't me being disrespectful. Any of the key creators, you guys know who they are. I don't feel like I need to say their names. There's like 4 of them, essentially.
Yeah.
I guess kind of we're maybe included in that category now. None of those guys should have any other jobs other than making these videos. Like, none of them should, because I've seen the video counts that they get. I've seen the consistency of their videos, and I've seen the companies that they're working with. The fact that these guys have to have additional jobs to be able to do what they're doing is absolute bullshit. And it's not going to change unless we sit down and make them change. Because at the end of the day, these, like, without people like Quan, Ronnie, Scott, that guy in America that you absolutely love his videos, that's referenced us a couple times. I can never remember his name. I'm not being disrespectful.
Oh yeah, he's not a big YouTuber.
But people still watch his videos though.
I think it's like I think he's called like Ramatalks or Ramatalks.
Yeah, and then the black guy, what's his name? Atlanta.
No, is it Mr. something? Mr.
The Change Agent.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, like if these guys, I'm sorry if I'm excluding anyone else. I'm not being disrespectful, but if these guys don't exist on the YouTube scene, and also the electric guy, he's based in New York.
Yeah, electric skateboarding HQ or something like that.
Him as well. Like, if these guys don't exist, like, these manufacturers can't shift their products. It's as simple as that. So
they are the people that are shifting boards for them.
Yeah, so if you guys are not, you guys have to get together on a fucking WhatsApp group, have the discussion about this, and if all of you go, we're not doing shit unless you pay us, the companies have to pay up. And at the end of the day, like, skateboard manufacturers, I don't care what you're paying for these boards. Like, let's look at a £600 board, for example. The board costs £600. Off the top of my head, I'd say the manufacturer's paying, let's take a stab at it, 360, 380 quid for them to be able to get the actual product. And then what they make on top of that is profit. And that's a very, very, very vague number.
Yeah.
So for you to go, as a manufacturer, we're not paying you, and like, we'll give you $50 or $40, $25, $100 for every board you sell. That's bullshit. Like, no, like, this is my time. This is what it costs me to make the video. You need to pay me that first. And then on top of that, quite thank you, I'd like the affiliate code as well. Like, that's how this shit works, because in the hockey world, we don't make a video unless the company's paying for it. The only time we make an exception is if the content exceeds the value of the payment.
Yeah.
I.e., hey, this is Red Bull, we want to make a video with you. Guess what? Like, I'm gonna bend over backwards because that's Red Bull. But if you're not Red Bull, like, sit the fuck down and fucking pay me for my work.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, like, it's what companies don't seem to understand. It's not us being greedy. At the end of the day, like, how much time do you think is involved in creating 2-3 videos a week for you guys to watch? It takes 2-3 videos, like 2-3 days per video to be able to create it.
Yeah.
So if you work out 2-3 videos per week, that's the entire week taken up to make 2 videos. And companies don't want to pay for that value.
Exactly.
Even though that we know that we're selling boards for you, and it's why you keep coming back to us. I mean, look at Meepo.
Yeah.
We dumped on Meepo the entire time we've been making YouTube videos. Meepo sent us a board because they know that the value of us talking about their product exceeds the negativity of us criticizing it.
Yeah.
That's worth money. And if that's not willing to be respected, because if you give us the flexibility to be able to make better quality videos, you give us the time and money to be able to invest in our own craft.
Exactly.
What we do gets better. And as a space, this grows even more because we're putting out more content, we're educating more people. But that can't happen unless people actually have the conversation.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it has got to be done, hasn't it? I mean, I don't know whether anybody else is charging or not, but like you said, there needs to be some sort of conversation. We need to maybe speak to some other creators, the top creators, and maybe just come together as a community and be like, look, lads, what you're doing is great, if you want, but these companies have to start paying you some money.
These companies are taking the piss.
Because
they're fully taking the piss.
Because we know, just by, obviously, we don't make videos about Evolve boards to sell their boards. We don't make any money. Like Chris said, we only very recently got an affiliate code. So with that affiliate code, we don't get loads of money a board, but we know how many boards that we shift via that affiliate code. So just by going from them statistics,
God knows what the other numbers are.
Yeah, God knows what other people are doing number-wise selling boards.
Yeah.
And, God knows, yeah.
This is the point. So the conversation needs to be had. It's essentially what we're saying is...
but I still don't think an affiliate code is the right way to go about it. Like,
affiliate code is foreplay.
Yeah.
I want the real shit. Do you know what I mean?
I still don't... It's like... I suppose it's like... It's just it's weird.
Because basically what they're saying is like, well, as hard as you work and as hard as your videos are convincing, that's how much you get paid.
But then that's giving them creators the wrong vibe, because they're not going to go and shit on a board, because that's going to be their bread. That's going to be their income. It influences
the content that they make, and this is the issue that we're seeing now, because people want to get paid.
People want to get money from it. They're making a few. They're starting to get a good following of people.
Yeah, their views start to get skewed. All of a sudden, they're like, I don't want to say anything bad about that brand because they're paying me. And
exactly.
That's not what you want to do. Like, I mean, if you look at it from the hockey brand, like, we're very, very obviously affiliated with one brand in hockey.
Yeah,
and everyone knows it. But if they do something wrong, I'm going to shit on them, and I don't. And they know that.
Yeah.
Like, if you mess up, guess what? We're going to tell people that you've messed up. It doesn't mean that I'm like, I don't like you anymore. Of course, I still like you, but it's like, you dropped the ball there. Like, we're going to put our hands up and say they dropped the ball. Actually, in this instance, the competitor was better.
Yeah.
Like, and to any logical business,
and I feel like you have to say that in the first place anyway, because that's the only way boards get better. If you criticise and you say, that wasn't great, that manufacturer can then go back and be like, okay, maybe that wasn't as great as we could have done it. This for the next generation, let's make it even better and address those issues.
That's exactly
and
how
then you
do
get
it.
A better product.
So you as the consumer wins when people like us in our jobs are being more critical over the products that we're
exactly.
Dealing with.
Yeah.
I paused real hard there because the screen's gone off. Is the camera still rolling? Yeah, I'm also watching the time. We need to wrap in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Oh, God, these podcasts go on, don't they? Okay, now.
It's good, man. It's flowing.
Yeah, she's still going.
Perfect. But yeah, it's... I'll wait till you sit down. But yeah, it's one of those really silly situations where, like, at the start of us doing this, I never saw this space evolving into something that was worth having this discussion. But the fact that no one's had this discussion is frustrating, because like this happened in hockey, like in our industry. Hockey's still a niche sport. This happened years ago.
Yeah.
Like I would never have been able to do like have an office and like actually like have a life and support a family off of making videos on YouTube if that discussion was never had.
Exactly.
And it's the same thing that's happening now. Like we're at that precipice where like this, if this doesn't change now, it will never change. And people will be making these videos for God knows how long and getting like nowhere near what they're worth for the videos that they're making. Like just think about it for a second. Like gaming and all these other industries on YouTube are massive, and that's why people get paid and that's why they drive around in Lamborghinis. But what you're doing in this Eskate world is a niche.
Yeah.
And what you don't get is that's more valuable than having a product that's consumed by the masses out there. Because essentially your time is worth more than somebody that makes something that's much more common. So if we don't have this conversation and actually alert people about the value of what they're doing, no one's going to realize that. The key creators in Eskate should not be doing any other jobs than Eskate. I know it's possible because that's what I do right now.
Yeah.
It's feasible.
Yeah, there's enough board manufacturers out there bringing out boards constantly to be able to supply all the main Eskate reviewers and have a budget set aside as a company to be able to pay them for their time.
Yeah, it's absolute bullshit.
It's called,
they can give you a board.
It's an advertising budget. What the company should have, they should have a budget for advertising.
Of course they have it. They know that they can get away with going, here's a free board.
And here's an affiliate code.
Yeah. So you earn your own. We've given you essentially no more than $500 worth of our marketing campaign in the form of a product.
Yeah.
And you go run away with that. And, we gave you a skateboard, though. This is what the retail value is. Great. I like the retail value, but the retail value means dick. It's what you've paid for that product. That's what I'm getting. Because at the end of the day, even if we sell it, we're making a loss.
Yeah.
Off of the actual value of that product. Like if Evolve are like, for example, not being horrible to Evolve, but if they're like, here's a GTR, make it, and then you can sell it afterwards and do what you want with it. That's great, but it's a used GTR. It doesn't matter. If Meepo do the same thing to you, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Make a video about a Meepo board. Guess what? You can sell it afterwards, but it's a used Meepo board.
Yeah,
and then it's the stress of selling it as well. You don't want to have to do that.
Nah.
You should just be paid and also receive the product as well. That's what the manufacturers that we deal with today in the hockey world do. They go, here's a product, and we're like, okay, what about the video production budget? There's the budget.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, yeah.
And this is what's missing in the Eskate world, and it's what needs to be done. No one should be spending their time because there is no value on time. It's subjective.
Yeah, everybody has their own different value of what their time is.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, time is that one constant thing that you can never earn back regardless of how much you get.
No, you can't.
It's incredibly valuable. And if you're spending your time, you're taking time away from your family, you're taking time away from your work to make these videos, you should be getting compensated. And if you're not, then something's wrong.
Yeah, that's why we're having this conversation.
Exactly.
So that hopefully some of the other creators out there can actually watch this podcast.
Yeah,
and,
we're not trying to screen people out. Like,
no, we're not. We're not.
Hit us up privately. Like, if you want to hit us up privately, that's fine. Like, I'd even be happy to break down what we do on the hockey tutorial channel.
Yeah.
And give you an idea of what we charge manufacturers to be able to make content, because this Eskate shit's bullshit. Like, it really is. Here's a skateboard. Go make me a video.
You're advertising for that company.
Like, even the company that they have like a $2,000 plus skateboard, and they're willing to take $1,000 off of the price of the skateboard so we can buy one and make a video. I don't want to name them.
No. Yeah, I know. And I was like,
but we still have to pay $1,000. We're paying $1,000 to advertise your product.
So we're paying $1,000 for your board. Then we're probably going to spend, because it was a 2-in-1, we're probably going to spend at least a week between the two of us at minimum shooting content, editing content, and uploading videos for then people to watch it, and depending on what we say about the product, potentially go out and buy that board. And we've had to pay you for that pleasure.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just not right, is it?
Like, they're pimps. and we're the bitches.
And we're the hoes.
It's madness, honestly. And this is what's so frustrating about this, is like, if you're not seeing that, then holy crap. Like,
yeah. Like, whether you do it for a hobby and you enjoy doing it, that's great. But still, it's still your time at the end of the day.
And a hobby can become your career.
Exactly.
And you can get paid for that hobby. That's the world that we work in right now. And if you're not willing to listen up and actually figure out how to make that happen, maybe this conversation is not for you. But it's madness. It really is madness. Because if a company tried to make me work for a week in the hockey world for nothing. Pay, like, the quote I would send them would be savage.
Like, here's thanks for working for the week. Here's a pair of hockey skates.
Like,
okay, great.
No.
That's cool. Thanks for sending me the hockey skates. But, what am I supposed to do with that now? I've got no money for food.
Like, do you want me to go to my bank and be like, can I clear my monthly mortgage payment with these pair of skates? I mean, they're really great. They're top spec and they cost a lot of money. Yeah. Like, that's not how the world works. No. You can't go into Sainsbury's, or if you're in North America, like Walmart, and like look at the cashier and be like, here's a skateboard. Like, can I get these groceries? Like, that's not how shit works.
Way, does it?
But question though, at the beginning of your hockey tutorial days, would you have had that same attitude towards that company that's kind of expecting your time for free? Or would you have still retained the same attitude you have now, having had the depth of experience you've had, and been like, no, here's my quote from the offset? Did you have that like knowledge and insight at the beginning of your journey there?
It kind of happened. I'll explain this. Like, it's because I remember it vividly. At this time, I was working for Apple. Had a great job, great salary, great perks, great like insurances and benefits. And I was constantly getting told off by my manager, Dan, who I think is still at the same Apple store right now in Cambridge, because I'd be in the toilets for like 45 minutes with my laptop on my lap, responding to emails, like working out deals with clients. And it's when I got to the stage where I was realizing that this is costing me professional time.
Yeah.
I can no longer, I'd go to sleep. I remember being in bed and I'd be like laptop on my lap, girlfriend sleeping next to me, and I'd be like fucking hammering away at the keys, like responding to emails, because obviously, like, depending on if you're dealing with, it's why I got so good at time zones. Like, I know what time zone different parts of China are on, different parts of Asia. If you're looking at Pakistan, like Bangladesh, America, like I know freaking mountain time, standard time, Eastern time, because you had to know what was going on. And what that meant is that I was taking time away from really important things in my life to be able to respond to these fuckers. And at that moment, it's when I realized that you're actually costing me. Like, me doing this it's no longer me giving you my time for free. I'm losing money doing this. And that's when I realized at the end of the day, like, you guys are hitting me up, which means that you see value. So if you're coming to me and I'm not even asking you for your product, that's got to be worth something. And then I started to factor in, well, if I'm doing this for a day, what does a day's salary look like? And I'd be like, well, if you want me to do this, and this is going to cost me this amount of time, this is what that's going to cost. And then all of a sudden they were like, yeah, okay. I was like, oh, well, that was fucking easy. I was like, I'm not doing it unless you do this. And it's like, fuck, all right. Well, now I feel like I'm a professional in what I do. So now I'm going to double that rate.
Sure.
This is what it costs for me to do this. This is what this person's also paid. And they were like, okay. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
There it goes again. And then all of a sudden you start to pick up momentum. And what happened is I realized that I was making more from doing that than the job that I was actually doing. So I quit. And I was like, I reckon I could just do this. But you don't know who's going to hit you up every month. Yeah, I know, but it's worth the risk. And then all of a sudden you start to find an equilibrium. I mean, I still find myself asking myself, okay, next month who's going to be paying me? I have no idea. But guess what? That was in 2013. Like, we're in 2020 now.
Yeah.
And I'm still fucking here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, shit, like this is working. Like, I don't stress so much about the future because the future's not happened yet. But all I'm saying is, like, you have to find your value now. And that's what I think is being missed with the Eskate world, is that people aren't realizing the value of what they do.
Exactly.
And are throwing away their precious, precious time and expertise and influence, because we live in a world where influence is everything.
Yeah.
And people aren't getting that.
Yeah.
Like, if you have the influence to make people go like on a suggestion that you've made, or you've said this about skateboard, and that makes somebody else go out there and go buy that skateboard. Like, I can say this is great, and then someone's going to go, I'm going to go buy that now. And then they're even going to message us to say, I bought that because of what you said.
Yeah.
That's influence.
Yeah.
That's worth something. And it's not like we abuse that or mislead people. Like, we tell them what we actually think.
Yeah, we give our personal opinions on how we feel about that board. Whatever we say, even though that could be still a great board, if we don't like it, if I don't like it personally, is that board doesn't suit me, I'm going to say, yeah, these things are great about it, but these are the things that I don't like about it. And that's all you've got to, I mean, at the end of the day, all you've got to do is be honest. But other people watching can say, okay, well, he didn't like that, but, you know, maybe I might like that. And at that price point, I'm still going to go and buy that board. Just because, not just because I don't like something about a board doesn't necessarily mean everybody is going to be like, oh, no, I don't like that board now. You know?
No, exactly. And this is the point. And I think it's only one of those steps that can be taken if people are willing to take the plunge in the first place.
Yeah, I think you've got have that conversation with manufacturers. If you're getting hit up by board manufacturers and they're asking you to review their boards, you know, to you or somebody that hasn't been in this whole space as long as yourself, that could be like, yes, I'm getting sent free boards. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is awesome. But then you need to sort of take a step back and think, hang on a minute, how much time am I actually spending on like producing these videos for these companies? How many boards have I sold for these companies? How much money are they making off of me? And I'm getting nothing but a skateboard out of it.
That's the point. And if no one has the conversation, it doesn't go any further than that. And I think the most important thing to outline is what you're doing, if it's not obvious to you, is a professional craft. Yeah, and there's only a few people that have that influence.
This whole YouTube thing, this era, this time we live in.
This is television.
This is the new television. This is the new advertisement for companies. This is where everybody watches. This is like one of the biggest platforms in the whole world. I think Google's first, and then YouTube.
Yeah, it's
like this is
mad.
This is the biggest platform essentially in the world, apart from Google, because that's a search engine.
Yeah, of course, Facebook is very, very different, but it's like this is what people need to come to grips with. It's a big deal.
It is, yeah.
And if you have a following, and you know, we've only been in this space for a minute. Like, I'm not even trying to.
Yeah, no. We're not like we know it all, and
these guys that have come before us that have been doing this a hell of a lot longer than we have, that have way more experience in it. But like, as little time as we've spent in this, we are now no longer reaching out to brands.
No.
We are getting emails constantly. Hey, do you want to check out this board? Hey, like, to a point where we're like, I'm like, Rick, do you want to look at this?
And I said, no, just send them an email back with what's the budget looking like.
And if there's no budget,
no budget, no, thank you.
But this is the point. So like, if we're already at this stage, if we're already at the stage where companies, we're no longer having to reach out and going, hey, could we please look at your board? We'll do an amazing video. And they're coming to us. That means there's value.
Yeah.
So for us to not be going, oh yeah, we can do that, but this is what it looks like for you. Like, if you want our time and us to make a video, that's what it looks like.
And we're not even sitting there gonna like when they ask what does a budget look like, we don't even like send them over like something that's like 10 grand to make a video or something stupid like
it's
that.
Just realistic.
You know, it's a realistic a realistic amount of how much it's going to cost for us for a day's rate, or however long it's going to take us to do that review, how many days, for the two of us. And we're not trying to be greedy, we're not trying to get rich out of it.
It's logical.
It's just we want to now be paid for our time. You know, there's only so much of this
Free
whole
shit.
Eskate, you know, videos we can produce and make without, you know, running out of time, running out of money. We have to be compensated in some way of producing videos. And like Chris said, if companies are willing to put a budget together for you to review that board, the quality that we will put out is going to be 100% better than what we're already putting out, because we're not even putting out the best quality we can put out because we don't need to. Why do we want to spend longer on a product that we're not getting paid to do?
A lot of people don't even realize this, but I don't know how many videos of it. I'm looking at the channel now. Like, you can see me hovering over the icons here.
Yeah.
Just so you guys are aware. Shot on iPhone. Shot on iPhone. Shot on iPhone. Shot on iPhone.
Shot on
iPhone. Shot on iPhone. Are you getting the vibe? Shot on iPhone. Shot on iPhone.
Holy shit! I didn't realize I'd shot that many on my phone.
Are you like, we have shot like maybe like the last, excluding the podcasts because they're all shot.
Yeah, they're all shot
on
on
a
camera,
DSLR. Yeah. But every video that you've seen of us riding boards, like shot on iPhone, shot on iPhone. Shot on iPhone.
Yeah, shot on iPhone.
Shot on iPhone. The how-to side, 100%
shot on
iPhone. I think it started here. It started at the 180 side because the LaCroix that was filmed on.
Flex boosted stuff. No, it was there.
Oh my god!
It was definitely there.
So the last.
Yeah, that was when we first started. That was the first one we.
So the last two almost 3 months.
No, you're right. It did start on the 180 side.
I feel it was here. Like, so like for the last 2-3 months, every video that you've seen, excluding the podcast, has been shot on an iPhone.
Yeah.
We're not even trying. Like, we've got monster DSLRs in the office, but we're like
what's the point?
Ronin S's and
gimbals. We've got drones. We've got everything. But why do we want to put that sort of
for
time and effort into a video that we're not even getting paid to do?
We are honestly at, like, in terms of the capacity of the quality we could put out, I'd say honestly about 40%.
Yeah, we're shooting it on an iPhone. And then
I mean, we're not
to say you can't get good content on an iPhone,
but we're not color correcting shit. We're not color grading shit. We're not like adding any real cinematic elements to shit. Like the video that we shot in Evolve's HQ, with all those transitions and stuff, that was still shot on an iPhone.
Yeah, it was all shot on iPhone. Yeah.
So this is the point. Like, there's a lot that we could do, but we don't because the budget's just not there. So we don't feel like we have to stress and carry a ton of camera equipment with us.
Yeah.
Why?
What's the point? We're not getting. It's not benefiting us in any way.
Yeah,
is
it's more about just getting the content out there, getting the message out there. Like, there's a lot more that we could do, but it's just like I'm not gonna.
The whole reason I feel like we're having this conversation, all three of us, we love electric skateboards. We love riding electric skateboards. We love creating content on electric skateboards. But at the same time is, when companies are hitting you up, asking you to look at a board and then saying, but you can keep the board, that's just basically an insult.
It is.
You know, it's like, so you want me to give up X amount of my time to sell your board for you, and you're going to give me a free board. It's just not right, is it? You know, they should at least, if they're going to hit you up, they say, hey, we've got a skateboard we'd like to check you to look at, take a look at, do a review, an unboxing. This is what the budgets we could produce for you. How does this sound?
Yeah, let us have a conversation. Like, what is this worth for you?
Exactly.
Because that's what I've had. It's kind of gone like in two ways. I've had companies in the hockey world propose budgets which have been like monstrously under, and a lot of them have just been like, have hit me back. Like, the perfect example, I don't want to mention their name because I know there's a couple of people that watch this channel that also subscribe to the other one, and I don't want to be like bait about stuff like that, but it's a video that we shot at Cambridge Rink very recently, and it was a product that you were like, this is so easy.
Oh, right. Yeah.
They hit me up in 2018, and they hit me with a budget. And it was, I'm talking like sub $500 for a video. And for the hockey channel, that's not adequate. Like, not even close. So I was just like politely, like, this is what, just so you're aware, this is what a budget for this type of video looks like. And it was monstrously above that. And they were like, really respect that, but there's absolutely no way we could do that. And I was like, no problem. Like, you know, we're here, you know the amount. If you ever want to revisit this subject, like, you have our email. Parted ways, that was it.
Yeah.
2020, they hit me up going, hey, we've got the budget, let's make the video.
Yeah.
Like, no questions asked.
So
and I was
they
like,
waited the whole 2 years. They didn't They didn't go to
no
someone
communications,
that charge less in between that.
No video was made. Like, I didn't hear anything about the product. And then 2020, they hit me up and they're like, the product's going to be going live in January. Here's the production like budget all up front. We want to make the video. And I was like, FYI, that was 2 years ago. Just so you know, the budget's actually now this, but we're quite happy to honor that because where we were at 2 years ago is not where we're at now.
Sure. Yeah.
So, but I was like, you know what? Like, it's a cool product. I like these guys. The fact that they came back without any prompting, I was like, that's great. But this is what I'm talking about. Yeah. Like, if a company can't do it, say no, and let's revisit it when you can. But don't expect people to work for free because that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, the things you're talking about is cross compatible with pretty much any industry. I feel like even personal training,
of course,
which is like a business I know inside and out.
Well, exactly. It's like somebody coming up to you asking you to do personal training from, and they'll pay you with a Twix or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, Andrew, I'll make you a sandwich.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, can you come round to my house?
How much chicken are you going to put in this sandwich?
Mate, I'll overload it.
Be like one of the M&S ones or something like that.
Oh,
chicken at the front, nothing at the back.
You're packed.
But yeah, no, just like, you know, the importance of valuing your own time and your expertise and then conveying that to the people that need to see it, like the consumers and the people and other businesses, is so important. Otherwise, they'll never respect you and value you for the knowledge and expertise you can actually give. Yeah. People underpay you. You can't possibly give out the best content, the best service that you know you can provide. And plus, you'll be a little bit resentful of it because there's always going to be something in your like subconscious that'd be like, you know, I should have charged more. I'm working with someone that doesn't value me, doesn't value my time. Yeah. And then you won't be in your best self to be able to portray like the best service you can do. So
yeah, that's it.
It's never worth it. And then you won't be in the game for long enough to justify.
Yeah, you get fed up and leave.
2-3 years and you're done. So you need, like, people need in all industries just to understand that they need to like take a few steps back and just understand like the value they really provide, package it up, understand like the key players, and then present that properly. Value your time, then they'll respect you, like that company that came back to you 2 years later.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you created some respect there.
Yeah, that's the way it should be, but.
It doesn't always happen that way, and this is I completely get that, but this is exactly the point of the conversation. If we don't explain to people how to like articulate the value of what they do, then that's never going to happen because maybe these companies aren't being bone idle. Maybe they just don't know. Yeah, and if no one goes, open your eyes. This is what this is worth. This is why we're asking for this. And this is the value of it to you. This is what you'll get back. Because we always have this thing now. It's like ROI. Like people want to know like what's their return on investment. Like if I give you X amount for this video, how long is it going to take me to see that money back and then see profit on top of that? And if we're able to go like straight away, boom, 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 boom. Here's projections of other companies that we work with. This is the turnaround that we've seen. This is the conversion per view that we've seen. All of a sudden they're like, oh fuck. Yeah. They've just spelt it out for me. But if you guys don't know that and you guys make these videos, then you don't know what you're doing. Like just knowing the knowledge about the board is great, but you need the knowledge about the business that you're involved in because this world now is a business. Yeah. And if you don't get that, you're never going to be able to sidetrack this from a hobby to what you actually want to do full time. Quit the day job and fucking make skateboard videos
and live the dream. Yeah.
It's not like some weird fantasy. It's real. Like
it's real. There's plenty of people that do it.
It's stressful and it's not fun all the time, but I wouldn't quit this shit to do anything else. No. Like nothing else. I like the stress and I like the uncertainty and being able to wake up and make videos about what you actually care about makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So let's have the conversation, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any of the key players watching, hit us up.
And I know you're watching, guys.
Hit us up on Insta. Let's all get together. Let's get like a nice little cheeky WhatsApp group going on.
Oh, that'd be savage. Can you imagine Eskate influencers?
The Eskate influencers WhatsApp group going on.
What I'd love to share is the bullshit fucking emails that we get from some of these companies. That'd be hilarious. It'd have to be internal. And you'd be like, look at this one.
But I think we should just wrap it up there on that one.
Yeah, we could
go on for hours about
Side note, if you guys want more content about this whole like turning the influencer thing to an actual job and you want us to discuss it in more detail, then please like hit us up in the comment section. This is a bit of a more serious one, despite the fact that me and Andrew are definitely way more cut than you are right now.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, that Italian red went way too nicely with dinner.
Yeah, I'm cutting a different way.
Yeah, yeah, trust me.
Yeah.
But how the second bottle, I mean, the waiter, we literally had 15 minutes to finish that second
Yeah,
bottle.
it took us like an hour and a half to do one bottle and then like 15 minutes to do the next one.
It's all good, man.
It went down quick.
We're young, we can handle it.
And then I've just had you guys can't even see this, but this is some sort of Korean alcohol. I can't read anything on it, so I don't know what's in it. I can just see numbers. It says 2006, which I'm guessing is the best before date, possibly.
Yep.
I hope not. I mean, that's
hopefully that's when it was made.
I hope so. I mean, that's a long time out of date, but like everything is in Korean, so I can't read anything on it. The percentage, what it is, but I drank the whole thing, so
yeah,
you can't have been that bad then.
I mean, I'll find out tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
You turned out okay after that, so
I hope so.
Yeah.
If this podcast goes live, I'm okay. But yeah, why don't you close it, bro?
But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Like Chris said, if you want any more information, if you'd like to go more in depth to the whole creator and creating a living from this YouTube thing, then let us know in the comment section down below. But as always, it's been an absolute pleasure. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. If you're listening to the podcast, don't forget to rate it and head over to YouTube to also watch it as well. But once again, thanks for watching and we'll catch you in the next one.
Thank you, guys, and peace out until next Tuesday.
Thanks, guys, and I will see you very soon.
Side note. Comment down below on what topics you want us to cover next week. And during this week, we'll read the comments and we'll cover it in the next episode.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. I believe this was episode 9 of season 2.
Yeah, episode 9, season 2.
Yeah, we should have probably done that at the beginning.
We should have, but we got excited.
We did.
But yeah, anyway, take care, guys. Peace.
See you later.
Peace.